The entrepreneurial capital in Zortify is maybe one of the most interesting resources, psychological resources that we can think of. There is good reason why Zortify is measuring the entrepreneurial capital. And this is not because we believe it's important, because it's that worldwide we see studies that turn out and show that the entrepreneurial capital, all these different resources that we are measuring in Zortify, are positively correlated to what we want to see in organizations. For example, entrepreneurial success, leadership success, long-term health of the people, overall job satisfaction. And at the same time, it is negatively correlated to things that we don't want to see in organizations, which is, for example, the burnout risk or a tendency towards cynicism. Cynicism is a very difficult poison to any team or corporate culture. So we don't want to have people in the team who are cynicists. And so this is why we are measuring the entrepreneurial capital. And when we have a look now at each of the four dimensions separately, we can start off with optimism. The optimism is, for the first time, by the way, in history, just shortly put on the short list of the top 10 leadership and future skills of work. Every year, HR leaders worldwide give their estimates, and the World Economic Forum in Davos is collecting these feedbacks. And it turned out that optimism is shortly the one that entered these top 10 lists for the first time. So obviously the environment in which we are living today gives us good reason to believe that optimism might be one of the most important resources nowadays. Don't think of teams that have a leader who is not optimistic. What about the energy? What happens to it? It's like a black hole. It's taking out all of the energy. So we ourselves need to build on the optimism, and Zortify is measuring this level. To what extent you're someone who is looking rather optimistic into the future. The second dimension is resilience. The resilience is not to be misunderstood as endurance, or a kind of protection shield against everything. It's more the ability to bounce back after that you have suffered a bad experience. So it's more like a punch clown. You always can punch the clown as a baby, but it always goes back to the middle. And this is the best metaphor to understand resilience. It's not the guarantee that you are suffering from things and that you might be sensitive to bad experiences in life. But it's the guarantee that you believe in yourself and your resources to come back after these drawbacks. And third thing is self-efficacy conviction. That's a wonderful word, isn't it? In which people believe in themselves without putting others down. It has nothing to do with arrogance or a shiny self-confidence that comes from putting others down in the face of others. It's just the opposite. It's a rather humble feeling of confidence that is not against others, but it comes from your own experiences that you are able to make a difference, that you have an impact on what happens to you. And this is this effect. My behavior is causing an effect, and this effect can be a success in life. And that when you have experienced that in various and different situations in life, your self-confidence grows. And this is something only positive, so the more the better. And finally, we have the agility mindset in Zortify. This is an interesting dimension because it reflects very well to what extent the person who is doing the assessment of Zortify is considering their own role in organizational development. So people who score high on the agility mindset, they hold the picture from themselves that they are able in leading the organization into the next level. So adapting and transforming the organization to certain change requirements, and also be the person who initiates this change and who is able to lead the people of the organization towards this future state. If we see lower scores in the agility mindset dimension, and this works very sensitively well, then we can assume that this person might be more searching for the handbrake to stop maybe too fast developments. So it's really reflecting very well the personal perception of the candidates, how they consider themselves in transformation and change processes. So all in all, we see with the 4 dimensions, these are absolutely future skills and resources that all organizations need more of in the future. So with people scoring high on these dimensions, we expect less cynicism and more entrepreneurial and leadership behaviors.